Every time you unlock your phone, every time a doctor detects cancer early, every time Wi-Fi connects your world invisibly, you are using discoveries rooted in India. Not recently, not in Silicon Valley, but nearly a century ago. On this National Science Day, instead of just remembering a date, let's remember the minds that changed the way world understands light, numbers, wireless signals, and even the universe itself. Because India didn't just produce scientists, it produced pioneers whose ideas are still powerful in 2026. On February 28, 1928, inside a laboratory in Kolkata, C.V. Raman made a discovery that would transform science forever. He proved that when light passes through a material, it changes its wavelength. This became known as Raman Effect. It may sound technical, but today this principle is used in Raman spectroscopy, a technique that helps detect cancer, analyze medicines, test gemstones, study chemicals, and even examine the materials used in the space missions. In 1930, Raman became the first Asian and first non-white scientist to win the Nobel Prize in Physics. That is why February 28 is celebrated across India as National Science Day. One experiment, one question about why the sea appears blue, and suddenly light itself began revealing hidden information about matter. His discovery continues to save lives and power the scientific breakthroughs across the world. In a small town in Tamil Nadu, a young man with almost no formal training filled the notebooks with equations that would later stun the Cambridge University. Srinivasa Ramanujan did not follow the traditional academic path, yet his work in number theory, infinite series, and mathematical partitions reshaped the modern mathematics. Today, number theory forms the backbone of cryptography, the encryption system that secures the digital payments, banking transactions, and cybersecurity frameworks in India and globally. His formulas influence advanced research in physics, including the string theory and black hole mathematics. The remarkable part is that many of his results were written down without formal proofs, later verified by the generations of mathematicians. He passed away at just 32 years old. But in that short life, he built mathematical foundations that modern computing is still standing upon. His story reminds us that brilliance is not limited by circumstance. Years before wireless communication became commercially famous in Europe, Jagadish Chandra Bose was already experimenting with microwave transmission in Kolkata. In 1895, he demonstrated wireless signaling publicly. His research contributed to the early scientific foundation of radio and microwave communication. Today, the principle behind the Wi-Fi, mobile networks, and radio technology rely on the electromagnetic wave research pioneered by scientists like him. Bose did not stop there. He invented cryptography, an instrument that proved plants respond to stimuli, showing measurable reactions to their environment. At a time when science separated living and non-living sharply, he demonstrated unexpected connections. He also chose not aggressively patent many of his inventions, believing knowledge should remain accessible. His work quietly shaped the communication systems that now define our digital age. In 1924, another physicist from Kolkata developed a new statistical method to understand how particles behave at the quantum level. When his research reached Albert Einstein, Einstein immediately recognized its significance and helped to publish it. That physicist was Satyendra Nath Bose. His work led to the Bose-Einstein statistics and the classification of particles now called bosons. The Higgs boson, discovered nearly a century later, carries his name. Bosons are fundamental to understanding the forces in the universe. Without Bose's framework, modern quantum physics, laser technology, superconductors, and many electronic innovations would look very different. His contribution was not just a paper. It reshaped how humanity understands matter itself. His name is not just remembered in textbooks, it's embodied in the language of physics. National Science Day is not just about celebrating one discovery. It's about recognizing a tradition of fearless inquiry that emerged from India even under the colonial restraints. These scientists worked without modern funding ecosystems, without advanced laboratories, without global visibility. Yet their questions were powerful enough to change the world. As India pushes forward in space missions, artificial intelligence, and semiconductor development and scientific research in 2026, we are building on foundations laid nearly a century ago. The next breakthrough may not come from the biggest lab. It may come from one boldest question. And perhaps the next scientist who changes the world is listening to this right now. If stories of real impact inspire you, stay connected and subscribe.